Welcome back. Democrat Congresswoman Maxine Waters praising FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried for his, quote, candid press interviews. The California representative tweeting at SBF, quote, we appreciate that you've been candid in your discussions about what happened at FTX. Your willingness to talk to the public will help the company's customers, investors, and others. No mention of the billion-plus missing of investor money. SBF responded to Waters, saying that he will testify before the House, but might not be during the hearing on December 13th. Joining me right now is GSR co-founder and President Rich Rosenblum. Rich, this is quite rich, actually. Your reaction?
Yeah, I think to put it plainly simple, you know, he's a very smart gentleman, and he's also a criminal. I think when you look at it, he's a great actor when watching on Spaces, watching do other interviews, but he's doing anything he can say to keep himself out of jail. If you speak to the insiders or you just read through the tea leaves and speak to anyone who's inside the business, you know, the man is a criminal. He's looking to save himself.
Well, I mean, has Maxine Waters tweeted about the money that is missing of customer accounts? Is she sentimental or sensitive to the $2 billion that's gone and's gone missing from people's accounts? Now they've got nothing. I mean, the Department of Justice claims to be seeking an independent examiner to investigate what happened leading up to FTX's collapse. It didn't take long to throw Martha Stewart in jail, Bernie Madoff, and yet this guy is giving interviews on the press circuit and living a rich life in the Bahamas.
Yeah, I think we're seeing what donations to the hundreds of millions or a billion can do to soften the stance from the media and from the politicians. So seeing her in particular have a lot of vitriol towards traditional finance and for 2008. Now when it comes to crypto, it seems like she really just has a soft spot for Sam.
So what did he do? He donated $1 billion to Democrats. Are we supposed to believe Maxine Waters when she sits there and she starts questioning him when and if he does testify?
No, I think it's just ludicrous. I think that it's all performative, and I think they should just get back to the old hashtag of lock him up.
Binance is investigating a hacking incident that affected a number of their crypto tokens. What's going on in crypto? How do you think this FTX collapse is affecting the broader industry?
Well, it's certainly negative. I think it's good to set the stage of that Bitcoin has been the best performing asset of the past 13 years. If you look at it versus pre-pandemic, the start of 2020, versus now, Bitcoin's up nearly 250%. Compare that to stock market, 5%, gold at up 15%. So even if it's sad that it's down 70%, probably was pushed higher by bad actors like Sam, but net there's still a lot of value here. Here, I think Binance is doing the best it can. CZ is a true leader in the industry. And even if they're trying to navigate unclear territory without proper regulations, I think overall, a very strong balance sheet and really doing what they can. GSR, my company, is part of their recovery fund, a total of over $2 billion to help bring liquidity to good companies in the space that need some help. Overall, I think that most of the damage is done. If there's more sell-offs from here, it's through liquidations or pain in macro. I think the long-term value is still there, and we're going to see it come back like a phoenix out of the ashes.
All right. More will be revealed for sure. Rich, thanks very much for weighing in on all of that. Rich Rosenblum joining us this morning.